Hey everyone, so I wanted to do a quick video a little bit more about me. As you know me as a realtor, but I'm also a financial advisor. I help senior citizens make decisions around financial decisions in their life. That's why I have these designations that I have. It gives me the ability to be able to do that and to recommend solutions. It gives me the ability to bring in tax advantaged professionals to be able to figure out how to draw down assets as we age as well too, so we don't run out of money. But there is a logical tax advantage step to be able to do all of that. So to give you an example of one of the things that was working in my office just recently, a client age 80 and age 76. 80 is the male, 76 is the female. And there's Alzheimer's. He has Alzheimer's, just been diagnosed. Still fine, good, all of that, on drug regimens to try to delay the onset of Alzheimer's as much as possible. And there was just an article I was reading this weekend, because I read a lot of articles about senior care and about Alzheimer's in specific, because it's a massive problem coming at us. But they have been able to look at basically, to give you a short answer, some chemicals without getting into too much detail about it, some chemicals in the brain and how did they get there? And they're now starting to understand how they got there. And it comes back down to the gut as well too. So there's some things going on from a research perspective that is very interesting in Alzheimer's care. And it may really help Alzheimer's within the next 2 to 3 years. That doesn't help our gentleman who's 80 right now, just diagnosed with Alzheimer's, but it does give him a little bit of hope as well too, because we don't know how fast this new round of research is going to go. They're working on it as fast as they possibly can. So the one asset that they have is their paid off condo in Tecumseh, which is worth about $500,000, might be a little bit more than that, but about $500,000 roughly. And they do have a pension income of about $3,000 a month, and they have about $100,000 of additional cash. So their thought process and what they're wrestling with and what they asked me about was, do we move to care now? Do we sell our condo now and move to care? It would cost about $6,000 a month or about $72,000 a year to do that. But what they weren't factoring in is the future care. So when he needs to move to a memory care floor in a retirement village, the retirement village they were thinking about moving to does not have a memory care floor. It's just a honky-donky, fancy schmancy retirement village for people in Tecumseh. And as soon as you need more care, they boot you. They don't talk about that. And I'm like, well, wait a second. Maybe it doesn't make any sense to go to that place. Maybe it makes more sense to go to a place. If you're thinking about going to care right now, maybe it makes more sense to go to a different retirement village that actually offers up care for you in the future. Because you're going to need it in the future. You've been diagnosed. The doctors have said you're going to need care in the future. Unless God takes you from some other reason. So at the end of the day, I pointed that out to them, and that was news to them. They're like, oh, we didn't really think to ask them that. And I said, yeah, go ask them that. Next time you go in there, ask them about that. How do they give you the boot? And you'll quickly realize that it's just meant to be a fancy, handy-dandy place while you're healthy. But heaven forbid you get sick, because then we got to give you the boot. Because we don't want you around here. We don't want sick people around here. We don't want dying people around here. We want healthy dying people around here. So they're going to go back and ask those questions to be able to understand that. And my whole point is move over to Amica, where they have a secure memory care floor. Move into that building now, because if you're going to go to care, if you're thinking about it, go to Amica, because then they do have a memory care floor, sorry. They're like, oh, we hadn't really thought about that. Maybe we should go tour Amica. I'm like, oh, would you like to go with me? I'd love to go on a tour of Amica. They're really, really, really great people over there. I know a lot of people living in the building. I'd love to go to Amica. Let's go. Or any other care where they have care. Any other floor where they have care. Any other retirement village where they have care. The one over here has memory care floor. But then I pointed out to them the future cost of memory care right now is about $6,000 a month just for memory care. Not including the care for the wife, so that's about $9,500 a month. And then like, oh, We hadn't really thought about that. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's why I brought it up. That's why you're sitting with me. It was about $114,000 a year. There's a difference between $72,000 a year and $114,000 a year. That's a lot of money, especially since they don't have very much of an asset base. They've got about $600,000 of assets plus a pension to come in. So one of the other things that I end up doing is I sit down, because I've got all these designations, and this is just something in my office. When do we think about moving to the condo? Moving from the condo? When do we think about selling the condo? Any other realtor would say, sell, sell, sell. Want to make the commission check? I sit there and say, no, no, no. So let's factor this out. Let's look at the math here. So just keeping with some simple math, $500,000. If they sold the condo, $500,000 plus the $100,000 they already have is $600,000 at a risk-free rate of 5.5%. That's about $33,000 a year, plus $36,000 a year from their pension is $69,000 a year minus tax, $6,000 minus, that's about $63,000 a year. Huh. But if they're both healthy, then they're going to have about $72,000 of cost. So there's going to be about a $9,000 drain. But they're still going to want to go do some stuff too, because he's got his memory for a very short period of time now, he's been told. So they're going to want to go out for ice cream. They're going to want to go out for dinner. They're going to want to go out and do some things while they're still young and healthy and can remember doing those things. So it's a factor in $18,000. So after the first year, their $600,000 becomes about $582,000. They're both $81.77. Year two. That smaller amount of money at the risk-free rate makes 32 plus 36 is 68 minus 6,000 taxes minus $72,000 for care, because they're both in just regular care now. $10,000, it's about a $18,000 drain, but factor 20, or about a $10,000 drain, but factor 20. So that leaves him with about 562. They're 82 and 78. Year three, all of a sudden he needs more care. He goes into memory care. So 30,936 is 66.9 minus 6,000 taxes, 114,000 a care is a $53,000 drain, but factor in 63 because she's still healthy. She's going to want to be driving over to wherever he's at and all that stuff. They're going to need a car. They're going to need transportation, whatever they're going to need. They're going to need some additional money. So factor in $63,000. So suddenly they're down to $500,000 of assets left, and they're 83 and 79. Year four. 27,500, 37,000, 64,500, $6,000 in tax, 114 in care. They're down to about $435,000 in year four. They're 84 and 80. Year five, 12,800, 37,000, 60,900 minus 6,000 minus 114 is about a $59,000 drain, factor $65,000 drain. Suddenly their money is down to about $370,000 and they're 85 and 81. Year six, 20,300, 38,000, 6,000, 114, and factor in, they're down to about 300. Year seven, they're down to about 228. He dies. I bump him off there. If he dies before, better math. If he dies here, this is the math. If he dies after that, the math's worse. Suddenly they're very quickly running out of money. So now suddenly she's the only one left alive. They've got $228, $12,000, $39,000, $5,500 in tax, $46,000 minus $72,000 for her care, assuming that all things stay equal, but this number will be going up. That's about a $26,000 drain. Factor in about $35,000 drain. Suddenly she's $193 and she's 84 years old. $10,000, $39,000, $49,000, $5,000 tax, $44,000, $75,000 of care because care went up, $31,000 drain, factor 40. She's suddenly a female, 85, with $153,000 left. So, do they sell their condo? Any other realtor would come in and say, oh, absolutely, yes, need to put on sign in, need to get the condo sold because they need the commission check. But I'm not that realtor. I've got designations around senior care. And I'm a financial advisor, so I have a fiduciary obligation to this client. So my recommendation was, they're still perfectly healthy. There's nothing else wrong with them physically. So my recommendation is condo will be needed for care in year three. Don't sell it now. His care only? No, we're going to need both because she's going to have to live someplace because family is out of the area. There's nobody here for her to be able to live with. So family is out of the area. So my recommendation is stay put for at least 2 years. Spend a bit doing what you love while you still have your memory, while you still enjoy it, while you still enjoy being together. Because memory and care will slip fast. That's what the doctor has said. Your care is going to be, your health is going to be slipping faster now. It's all that the doctor said. Hey, we've now diagnosed you with these things. We know what they are, and your health is going to start fading. So go do those things that you want to go do right now. Whatever it is that you haven't had a chance yet to go do. Go spend some of that $100,000 that you got sitting there on some stuff like that. Don't spend it all, but spend some of it. Go do some of those things, whatever they are. Maybe go see family down in Ohio for the last time. Go down there for a month and just, spend time with them. Let them know the diagnosis and stuff. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, go do that. Don't sell your condo now. Instead, sell a condo when more memory care is needed. Sell the condo when memory care is needed. And then she has to move into care too because family is too far away. To fund care, we're going to have to sell the condo anyway because that's the only thing that they have. Burn the $100K first. What that does is it changes the mathematical model so that when all of this plays out, she's going to have far more money left than $153,000 because they avoided drawing out 72 and 72. They avoided drawing out $145,000 too early. Huh? So she's going to at least have another $145,000 here, plus an interest factor of 5.5% by about 4 years. So she's going to have another $6,000 by 4 years, $24,000. Keep the math simple. Math is simple. Math's not complicated. Pretty simple math going on here. 145, 155, 165, $169,000 plus the 153. So 153. Let's do it this way. Keep it simple. 153, 253. That's 297, 298. That's about 320. Just keep it simple. About $320,000 for her at age 85. Her factor is stronger. That leaves her with money in the bank to try to get to 90 in case she lives there. Now, the problem becomes the train wreck at 90 when she runs out of money, assuming she lives to age 90. In this, we don't know what God's plan is for her, but at least I've got them going until age 90 before she runs out of money. And we did that by saying, no, don't sell the condo now. That's what a good realtor is supposed to do, in my view. That's why being a realtor, you should have all of these degrees and designations, especially if you're working in the seniors market. The decision-making is not to sell the condo today. They're perfectly healthy today. There's no reason to be making these decisions right now. Instead, go live life. Condo's paid off. Don't worry about it. It's not going anywhere. But when you do get to the point where you need care, yes, that's when we're going to have to sell the condo. That's when you're going to be calling me. That's when I'm going to step in and I'm going to make a little commission check. And by the way, you're going to get my seniors discount because you're going to be in your 80s. So you qualify for my seniors discount. You're above 50. So your commissions are going to be a little bit less, which will give you a little bit more. So that's what I do every single day as a realtor in the seniors care market. There are very few realtors that have the ability to be able to do this because there's very few realtors that are actually, there's none that I know of that are actually practicing financial advisors too. For whatever reason, they sell 1 or 2 houses a year and they don't do any financial business any longer. I don't understand that. And they have advanced degrees and designations in this stuff. But that's okay. That just offers an opportunity for me, a competitive advantage for me as your handy-dandy realtor specializing in seniors. So those are the kinds of things that I get in the middle of every single day. That's what my designation, that's what my degree is done for. It's really done to answer these questions. And it's a very simple mathematical equation. You just draw it out on a piece of paper, a blank piece of paper. It took me 12 minutes to draw this out. To be able to say to them, no, it's not the time. Oh, why isn't the time? Here's what you're not factoring in. Oh, we hadn't thought about that. I said, I understand, because there's only so much that you can possibly think about with this stuff, and that's why you had me come in, because I'm supposed to think through the rest of this stuff, and I'm a little concerned because we need to have money for her, because we don't know when she is going to die. If things change over time in the first 2 years, then yeah, we can go ahead and just do it right away. But if things stay the same, stay the course, then we have to be worrying about running out of money because there's not a lot of asset there. So those are the kinds of fun things that I get in the middle of every single day. And in this particular case, I said to the client, no, I don't want to sell your condo now. I don't want a commission check now. We're just going to go for a ride here, and we're going to see how things go. And at some point in time, if you need this service from me now, 2 years down the road, then that's when we'll pound the sign in and we'll get the condo unit sold. It's the kind of stuff I do every single day. It's why when people ask me, do you ever plan on retiring? No, I don't plan on retiring. This is just a blast. I'm going to have to make these decisions for myself later on in life too. At some point in time, we're all going to have to make these decisions. And it's a very simple, easy decision to make. You just play out the math. It takes you 12 minutes to do the math, and you say, uh-oh, there is this problem in year 8. Can we avoid this problem in year 8 by delaying making decisions now? Yes, we can. That all of a sudden gets us to year 10, year 11. That's a lot better position to be. If anything changes, oh well, then there's a little bit of money left over for heirs or charities. But let's never get to the point where we run out of money. That doesn't sound like any fun. So those are the kinds of things I'm just happy to share with you. Thank you for watching this video. It helps you to understand me a little bit more and why I have all these degrees and designations. I'm going to do a few more videos about this as well too, so that you get a better understanding watching this channel about the things that I do every single day for families across the Windsor Metroplex. And it's just a lot of fun. It's what I do. It's what my calling is. It's why I'm here. That's why I survived the second open. That's how I look at it. That's why God kept me here after my second massive open heart surgery. Everybody thinks open heart surgery, oh, they just went in and cracked your chest open and went in and tooled around with the blood vessels around your heart. That's not me. My heart, they have to cut open, go in and fix. It's the most complicated open heart surgery on the planet. I'm so blessed to have survived it and to be this healthy today. But because I collapsed at church playing basketball, I feel that that's the reason that God keeps me here, is that there's more work for me to do every single day and to do this kind of stuff. It's the thing that drives me. The rest of it doesn't matter. If I just follow in his path, he will provide for me. And that's always been truthful. And there's only so much I need provided for. How much more do I need? I don't really need very much more. I don't really aspire to very much more. Do I aspire to a Porsche or a Ferrari or whatever? Not really. I'm pretty happy with my Fiat 500 and my pickup truck and going out and helping Windsor families every single day. It's just what I do. Seems like a pretty good spot to be. When we go on vacation, we go on vacation. There's something we want, we can go buy it. But we're down-home people. We're not going to go out and buy a Ferrari. It's just not going to happen. It was never on our list. Could it be on our list at some point in time? Sure. But, we're going to be too old by that time. So, anyway, thanks for watching. It gives you a little bit better of an impact on what I do every single day. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And I'm just happy to share with you a little bit more about the stuff that I do every day. Have a great day. Bye-bye.